Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizens. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for another Star Citizen video. And once again, we're back on Hurston, and by now you guys know the routine. Whenever we're on Hurston, we're doing a ship review or a ship first look. So this is the newly released Cutlass Steel. So this is patch 3.16 on the live server. So patch 3.16 is on the live server, and patch 3.16 is the last patch for this year, for 2021. This is the Q4 patch. So the Cutlass Steel is a brand new ship in Star Citizen. It was introduced flight ready. So it was introduced and it's on sale and it's already in game. It's flight ready. So it is a new ship and it's not a new ship. So the Cutlass Steel is a variant of the Cutlass Black, which has been in the game for a very, very long time. But it is a variant. It is quite a different variant than the Cutlass Black, although it looks exactly like the Black, but it's very different at the same time. So just like the Cutlass Blue or the Cutlass Red, which are both variants of the Cutlass Black. So by the way, first I gotta tell you guys, this is the best camo pattern that I have seen for any ship in Star Citizen by far. This is my most favorite skin in the game so far. I love the way that this skin looks for the Cutlass Steel. So you can apply this skin to any of the Cutlasses, as far as I know. So the Cutlass Steel. What is the Cutlass Steel, ladies and gentlemen? You might be wondering, Spectre, what the hell is the Cutlass Steel? Well, have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at this. Gatling guns on the side. Gatling gun on the back. Gatling gun on the other side. So it's starting to develop a picture for you what this is. So this is a dropship. This is a dropship variant of the Cutlass Black. Now, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't surprised for this thing coming out because I've been calling for this for a very long time. I remember 6 years ago, you know, asking the devs to put out something like this, to make a Cutlass variant as a dropship. And this thing is a whole heck of a lot of a dropship. This thing can carry 18 soldiers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't hear it wrong. 18. Yes, 18. It's insane. It's an insane number of soldiers or mercenaries, or let's be honest, wink wink, pirates that this thing can carry. So this is normally where the cargo hold of the Cutlass would be. If you own a Cutlass, chances are you know what this area is. If you don't own a Cutlass, chances are you've seen a Cutlass. So the Cutlass is a very beloved, it's a very popular ship in Star Citizen. So this thing swaps out the cargo bay for jump seats, for places for soldiers to sit down. Or, let's be honest, wink wink, pirates. So yeah, 18 seats, 1 rear door gunner, 2 starboard or left side, I should say, door gunners, and 2 on the right side as well. So let's go ahead and open up these doors. And then you have to deploy the Gatling guns as well. Yes, sir. And this one. And the Gatling guns. There you go. So a total of 5 deployable door guns, which by the way are size 1s. These are size 1 ballistic Gatling guns. And of course at the back, this is in my opinion the most important modification for the Cutlass in the Cutlass Steel. And that is the remote turret, the tail gun remote turret that they've added to this ship. So if you've flown a Cutlass, if you fought in a Cutlass, if you fought a Cutlass, you would know that the best way to approach a Cutlass Black is from below and from behind. That way, the Cutlass cannot bring its main guns or its turrets to bear, or its one single turret on the top to bear. But now this turret fixes that problem. It literally gives the Cutlass, this remote turret gives the Cutlass a lot of protection for behind the ship, behind, below, and above the ship. So really, really important. Those are two size 2 guns. Those are just two size 2 guns. So yeah, so let's go ahead and take a seat in one of these seats. We'll pick a seat, any seat. This one right here. So if you've got a weapon, if your mercenaries, if your pirates, if your soldiers have a weapon, well, they can secure their weapons as well. You can secure the weapons by placing them in here. How neat is that? So the rifle goes there, and you go here. And then the seat belt or the harness fastens you to the seat, so that way if the ship is moving, if it's pulling a lot of G's, you don't fly around. Your rifle doesn't, you know, come off from your hand, fly around, break someone's face. So yeah, 18 seats, 18 jump seats, lots and lots of fun. Let me go ahead and pick the gun. Come on, I want the gun. I want, there you go. Grab. There you go. And it's a functional gun anyway. It's loaded. Yeah. So the turrets, as I said, they're size 1s. These are size 1s, so don't expect to, you know, do massive amounts of damage. This isn't like your pocket battleship where you could drive up next to something and then just blow holes into it using these guns. So these are just size 1s. They're mainly used for suppression. They're mainly used for suppression of ground defenses and stuff like that, or, you know, to take out really lightly armed vehicles on the ground. So let's go ahead and fire. Let's give you guys a third-person view of this. So the turrets have really nice angles, coverage angles. So you can go all the way down, all the way up. You can almost shoot a ship from above or down to the bottom if you're flying over hostile troops. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This thing has a lot of firepower. This thing can dish out a lot of firepower. There is that. So yeah, so this part is different. This section is different. But if we move forward to the cockpit and the living quarters, it's exactly the same. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Cutlass Black or the Cutlass Blue. Exactly the same thing, but you control the remote turret from the co-pilot seat. So the remote turret is controlled from here. You have to turn the station on. Enter remote turret. So these are the two size 2 Badger laser repeaters. So that's the ramp, that's the cargo ramp. Now, as I said, this was a major problem for the Cutlass, a major blind spot for the Cutlass, which is, you know, solved now because of this tail gun. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So let's go ahead and leave. Now this thing is a little bit different from the normal Cutlass Black in terms of performance as well. This thing is about 150 meters per second slower in flight time than the Cutlass Black. So this thing is slower. It can't carry any cargo, so no SCU of cargo. You can obviously carry boxes, throw a box in there. It's slower. It can't carry any sort of cargo. It still has the top turret. It still has the top turret that the normal Cutlass has. So you still have the two size 3 guns in the turret. This thing is, I believe, a little bit more armored than the Cutlass Black. So it has a little bit more armor than the Cutlass Black. Now, it has a big downside besides the slower speed and not being able to carry cargo. It has a major drawback from the normal Cutlass Black and Blue. So in the Cutlass Black or the Cutlass Blue, you can swap out the missiles. So the missile rack is on the top, right over there. You can swap out the missile racks for whatever it is that you want. So normally what I would do is I would swap it out for 8 size 4 missiles. So in this one, you can't. I'm not sure if it's a bug. if it's some sort of unintended issue, but at the moment you're stuck with 8 size 3 missiles and 8 size 2 missiles. So the racks seem to be bespoke now, although that could change. It could be a problem. It could be just an unintended bug. So keep that in mind. So how much does this thing cost? So this thing costs $235. So it's a lot more expensive than a Cutlass Black. A Cutlass Black costs only $100. So this is essentially 2.5 times the price of a normal Cutlass Black, and some people are getting upset by that. They're saying that this is worthless, this is the most expensive Cutlass, and this isn't worth it, so on and so forth. Alright guys, so here's my take on the whole price issue that people are bringing up about the Cutlass Steel. So people are saying that this thing costs 2.5 times the price of a normal Cutlass Black, and they're getting angry. Well, what's the point of picking up, people saying that, what's the point of picking up a Cutlass Steel when you can pick up 2 Cutlass Blacks? Well guys, have you ever given this a thought? Maybe that person who's buying this doesn't need a Cutlass Black. They need a dropship with 18 seats. Even though this is on the Cutlass platform, this isn't a Cutlass Black. It is a totally different ship. It is a totally different ship for a totally different requirement. If somebody's looking for a dropship with 18 seats and is pretty cheap and accessible and easy to run and easy to fix, this is the ship. Cutlass Black can't do what this thing can do. That's just a fact. So you might have a Ford vehicle with the same chassis as a pickup truck and as a SUV as well. So Ford might make a vehicle on the same chassis for a pickup truck and a people mover or an SUV. You can't say, well, why is the SUV more expensive than the pickup truck? They're on the same chassis. Yeah, because they're different vehicles for different groups, for different needs and different uses, right? So if you're looking for a pickup truck, buy a pickup truck. If you're looking for an SUV or a people mover, buy a people mover. So I think people are misunderstanding the Cutlass Steel here. Yes, it is more expensive than the Cutlass Black, but it's a totally different ship for a totally different purpose. Now you need to compare this in terms of price to other dropships in the game. So some of the other dropships are the Prowler, the Hoplite, the Vanguard Hoplite, and the Valkyrie. The ones that I can remember. So this thing can carry more people than the Prowler, than the Hoplite, and maybe on the same level as the Valkyrie. I don't remember how many people can be seated in the Valkyrie. So it's really unfair to compare this to a Cutlass Black. It is simply unfair. This is not a Cutlass Black. It's on the same chassis as a Cutlass Black, but this is not a Cutlass Black. So this is cheaper than the Valkyrie. It is cheaper than the Prowler. It is on the same price, I think, as the Hoplite. The Hoplite can only carry either 4 or 6 soldiers. This thing can carry 18. And this is going to be cheaper and easier to repair and run in-game. So if you're running a pirate syndicate, if you're running a mercenary organization, if you want just a cheap mass moving dropship to move soldiers from point A to point B, this is the ship for you. If you are starting out in the game, you want to do different things, you want to move cargo, maybe some combat here and there, this isn't the ship for you. Don't buy this ship if you're not if you're not in an organization, if you don't have a ton of people to play with. This is not the ship for you. This is a very specialized ship designed to move soldiers, designed to move mercenaries on mercenary operations, and it's designed to once it drops off as soldiers, it is designed to circle above and provide fire support to those ground soldiers. So as I said, this thing has some drawbacks. It is slower than the Cutlass Black. It is more expensive than the Cutlass Black. It can't carry cargo, but it's not the Cutlass Black. You shouldn't compare this to a Cutlass Black, even though it is a Cutlass Black platform. But it's a totally different ship. And the reason for which people can't see this now is that because this thing is just ridiculous right now. Because this thing can carry half the server. I mean, some servers can be, you know, only populated by like 30 people, and this thing can carry 26. So you have 18 soldiers, you have 5 door gunners, you have a person in the turret, co-pilot, pilot. So that's 26 people. That's the entire server. This looks ridiculous now, but it won't be that ridiculous when we have 120, you know, player servers, 120 player shards, or whatever you want to call the servers later on, instances, whatever it is that you want to call it. So this thing, in my mind, is a perfect ship. It is a perfect Drake ship. It is a perfect variant for the Cutlass Black. It's very sensible, as I said. I was asking for this long time ago for a dropship variant of the Cutlass Black, and here it is. And I love that paint scheme. Yes, it is more expensive. No, it is not. This is not a starter ship. This is not, just because it's based on the Cutlass Black, this isn't supposed to be the Cutlass Black. So if you're looking for a multi-role ship, this isn't for you. This is specialized. This is a drop ship only. Now, you could argue they could have made it a little bit cheaper, and I agree. This ship could have been priced at $200. Then it would have been the cheapest dropship in the game. But I don't know. I am not a part of the marketing team. I have no idea how marketing works. But to compare this to a Cutlass Black is just misinformed, and it's just not right. This is not a Cutlass Black. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. All right, guys. I didn't want to close the video without giving you guys a flight demonstration of the ship, so I forgot to do that. So let's just go ahead and take it out for a spin and have a look at the exterior of the ship. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. So here's the exterior of the ship, and as I said, I love this new skin. I love this camo pattern skin for the Cutlass. Looks absolutely amazing. So you've got this amazing VTOL capability of the Cutlass as well. Have a look at that. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Alright, here we go. Retract the landing gear. Looks pretty cool. Alright, let's go. So as I said, this thing is about 150 meters per second, I think. Maybe more, slower than the Cutlass Black, because it's heavier. It is a lot heavier. It is less maneuverable than the Cutlass Black. But again, this shouldn't be really compared to the Cutlass Black. This is a lot more nimble. This is a lot more stealthier than a Valkyrie. Yes, a Valkyrie might be able to carry more troops. It also carries a ground vehicle. It also can carry a ground vehicle. Valkyrie is a fantastic ship, but this thing is stealthier. It is cheaper. It is affordable. It will be a lot cheaper to buy in game later on. It'll be a lot easier to repair. It'll be a lot easier to service, and it won't break the bank if you lose one, right? If your org loses a Cutlass Steel, it's not going to be devastating, but if you lose a Valkyrie, it'll be devastating. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Cutlass Steel. This has been the Cutlass Steel. Thank you so much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But just keep in mind that when you're carrying 18 soldiers in this thing at the moment in game is very unrealistic. But even if you do manage to get, 18 soldiers in this thing, if you come up against an Ares Ion and it just goes poop, one-shots this thing and it'll take out 18 people in the drop seats. And of course you got the pilot, co-pilot, gunner in there as well, and of course the door gunners as well. So an Ares Ion will just one-shot this thing. Yeah, but it's a really nice ship. I like it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, please take care, and bye-bye.